Hey, at Brian Petrie, MMA, nickname Big Gun.
That's right.
How we doing?
I'm doing well, buds. How you guys doing? God, Kyler's deep, huh?
Yeah, dude.
Zen, bro. Like
He
big
is.
brother, little brother yourself. I love that. That was cool.
Yeah, Ken Flo knew how to tap into that side of Kyler Phillips. But it's good to see you. We love when we get a chance to talk to you on Monday and we do a longer show like this. Oftentimes we don't talk to you until midweek. But I did want to say real quickly before we get to Curtis Blades and Jailton Almeida. So, you know, one thing as a broadcaster for 20 years or so, you're constantly looking for different ways to say the same thing. And I remember early on in my UFC career, you know, I was told you can't say cage, right? So we say the word octagon a lot, but you're always looking for different words. Kenny can certainly attest to this, right? So Jack Della Maddalena, Giacomo, Jack Della Maddalena, you can't always say Della Maddalena. So Brian Petrie came up with 3-name Jack. So I'm on the post-fight show, and I don't know if you saw this, Brian, but I call him 3-name Jack, and Chael Sonnen later acknowledges that. And I didn't have a chance to pay that off on those airwaves, that the originator of that outstanding nickname, 3-name Jack, is none other than Brian Petrie. So I figured I would pay it off on these lesser airwaves here today.
Yeah, it was very nice. Listen, it's a nice little wink to your boy. You know, you're a professional. You know, I don't need to get credit, but when you say it, we know where it came from. The OGs know it came from A&F.
All right, good.
And it's just a nice little wink. Yeah, I saw it, man. That was cool.
All right, so I'm going to start with Ken Flo, if I could, on Curtis Blades and Jailton Almeida, because mat returns or takedowns, whatever they were, Curtis Blades seemed absolutely fine with whatever Jailton Almeida was doing, Kenny, in round one. Just was looking at the clock like, you know, I'm going to get you at some point in time. Kind of wish we had 25 minutes as initially scheduled, but I'll get you in 15 if I have to. Lot to unpack here, I think, on both sides, Kenny, but what are your thoughts on Curtis Blades getting a huge win in the featured prelim at 299?
He did. And I think, you know, it was demonstrated that Jailton Almeida wasn't as efficient with his wrestling as he should have been, and also wasn't thinking in terms of adjusting. Sometimes you see that leg and you're like a dog on a bone. You're like, I'm getting this thing. I'm not letting go by any means. I'm just going to hold on. And then you realize that it's MMA and you can get elbowed and punched and all that stuff. And I think he had his blinders on a little bit and was so committed to the single leg that he forgot that punches do matter and got stuck there and actually had some success in round one, right? Like, he won round one, no question about it. He was all over Curtis Blades. He had the ability to take the back, wasn't quite able to secure it and stay there. And that was all because of Curtis Blades and his ability to stay composed and defend. But I think he just, a couple things, he lost composure and let the lack of experience get the better of him there.
Brian, what'd you think of the heavyweights?
Yeah, I mean, kind of the same thing with Almeida. I mean, Curtis Blades weathered the storm round one, didn't look too bothered by it, and came out and said, hey, I'm going to put hands on this guy. And Almeida, again, he just had one track mind. I'm going to grapple this guy. There's no punches. There's nothing setting everything up. And then he held onto the leg. There was a nice little short little kind of uppercut, which was really cool by Curtis. That kind of froze Almeida. And then, I mean, Curtis Blades' hands are this big. So you're going to get a couple on the side of the head. You're going to feel it. But yeah, I just wish Almeida would mix it up more. He's just such a one-track minded guy that I picked Almeida. I didn't bet the fight, so I didn't have confidence, but good for Curtis Blades. That's a big win for him.
All right, I'm going to throw a couple other names at you guys, and you can go in any direction you want. Sometimes they say when it comes to podcasting, like, leave them wanting more, less is more, right? Like, I truly believe we could do a 3-hour recap on UFC 299. Like, you think I'm not going to talk about fucking Robelis to Spain today? Like, I don't care about the rest of your respective days. Yeah, I mean, unbelievable. You know, I mean, certainly you can argue some favorable matchmaking here. A lot of people loved him in the spot against Josh Parisian, who maybe has seen better days. But we could talk about fucking Despain. We could talk about Michel Pereira. Like, does anybody want to give this fucking dude a modicum of credit for winning 7 consecutive fights in the UFC across 2 divisions? Maybe Wonderboy and other people would scoff at that because of the weight miss, but he's a problem. Mateusz Gamrot just doing what he does. Macy Barber's won 6 in a row, Bri. I mean, what a fucking show for the combat sports leader, huh?
Unbelievable. I mean, you could talk about all those. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Macy Barber. She looks fantastic. Robelis to Spain. This dude's scary, man. His chest is huge. He's 6'7". Needs to clean up some things, but doesn't matter. He touches you, you die. It's crazy. He's unbelievable. I love the dyed hair as well. I want to see more of this kid for sure. Mateusz Gamrot fought excellent, high pace as always. But yeah, Maycee Barber is one that, to me, I think a lot of people slept on her in this fight because, Seminara Chikagian is just known to win fights like that.
Yeah.
And Maycee in tight, in the clinch, was mean and brutal in there. And I thought everyone's like, oh, Maycee's got a takedown to win. I didn't think so. I thought Maycee could win in this style fight, and she did. And again, I think she got written off after the knee injury after Roxy. She's back. This is a girl I think everyone needs to watch. I'm definitely watching her. So big props to Maycee Barber.
And you're wise.
Man, he's scary.
But you are wise to use the bulk of your time on Maycee Barber. Ken Flo, she had essentially a total foot reconstruction in advance of this fight, a bunionectomy. My mom had 2 of them. Nothing pleasant about it, right? But yeah, man, just one of the meanest, nastiest fighters in any men's or women's division. And needless to say, a huge win for her over a very game and motivated and in shape Caitlin Sermonara.
That was a huge win for her over Caitlin. And she went about it the way that I thought that she should, which was be your aggressive self, get in her face and land a lot of short shots, elbows, knees. And it was just relentless, pursuing the takedown. Her conditioning is a weapon, man. And I think now that it's meshed with her experience and her confidence and her skills, she's getting the wins because of that. She's getting the consistency because of that. So that was yet another win to build from and to elevate her status in that division. And Despain, dude, I mean, I wanted to call 911. I'm like, yeah, there's a 6'7" dude who's moving like a lightweight cat in the octagon right now. We need to stop him. But like, who can move backwards and throw shots with that level of speed? Like, it's a rare skill for a lightweight to have, let alone a guy who's 6'7" and a heavyweight. Did I get his height right, by the way?
Yeah.
But like, his speed is just unbelievable. That is a cat, dude. And I'm really curious to see how he does in some of these striking matchups in the future. But a unique talent for sure.
We also congratulate Asu Almabayev. Looks like one of the better wrestlers in that flyweight division. CJ Vergara missing weight again, which is not a good sign for him, but he's tough as hell in defeat. Joanne Wood going out with back-to-back wins, an amazing finish to her UFC career. But just notice that I said Maycee Barber, Mateusz Gamrot, Robelis Despain, and Michel Pereira. And I sort of threw in there that nobody wants to give him a modicum of credit. Now, I don't know if it's because the fan base doesn't like him. I don't know if they don't like that he can fucking backflip off a moving scale at the ceremonial weigh-in. But Kenny, dude, he's a hulking figure at 85. Even hulks over like the champion Dracus du Plessis, won 7 straight fights. I hope he gets a big fight because he's going to be competitive in it, I would think.
Yeah, I did not mean to ignore him.
No, I know.
I think he's, but it's a great point, though. I do think he should get more credit because he's a fantastic, creative striker who I think is in the right division now. So because of that, I think we'll see more of those energy-filled performances. He seems to electrify the arena anytime he's in there. And I think he's found a nice balance between being reckless and being creative. Right now at this stage of his career. That's where the experience comes in. And I can't wait to see more of him, man. He really is a fun fighter to watch.